Hello, Taurus couples. I hope you guys are doing well. This is your rune for your message for the month of April. And then this is just the message in general. And then this is who you're dealing with within the relationship and their message as well. So I'm briefly going to read it. The first one, which is yours, defensive forces, yeah. During our test, we gather the strength to ward off, repel blockages, and defeat. At the same time, we develop an aversion to the pattern of behavior that lead to tense situations in our lives. So it could indicate you're trying to unblock yourself. Maybe you're coming across defensive this month, but I just feel like it's more about, opening your heart, try not to be over defensive, I feel like. Just trying to unblock yourself, I feel like. And then your message, or the message for the month, is opening fire torch. This is the rune of opening, the new clarity, the expansion of the darkness that has been obscured, covered a part of your life. Now you are free to experience joy of giving. So maybe you've gone through a period of, when it comes to giving and receiving, maybe you're dealing with, giving issues, trying to receive things. So I just feel like, maybe this month, you're more freer, more relaxed, but you're still going through things when it comes to your relationship. So maybe you're, coming out of the end. You've been through the muck and the mire, and you're coming out stronger than ever. And then your partner, whoever you're in a relationship, their rune is growth, rebirth, birch. The rune of the life process, another cycle rune, which stands for fertility, which leads both symbolically and actual to growth, is about power to influence development and the nature in which flows into your body. It's action and gentle and penetrating. So basically, the other person's going through growth and rebirth, possibly. And then you're going through, kind of maybe a dark period, but trying not to be defensive. So, anyways, let's get into the reading. Because you guys are strong-willed type people, so try not to be too much defensive. Try to be more understanding of the other person. Okay. You have coming in April, the Hermit. This is a relationship reading, so you could possibly be dealing with a Virgo, but I feel like with the Hermit, you need to really go within. You really need to heal some wounds. It could be childhood wounds. A lot of thoughts of childhood, came up to me, when I was thinking of Taurus reading. I just feel like there's things from childhood that you're having to relocate, or something that has to do with, healing from something. I feel like childhood wounds. And then you have the Two of Swords in reverse. So I feel like that has to do with the decision card. But I feel like this is also an indication you could be defensive, especially with the your rune was about defensiveness. So you're not making a clear judgment of something. Maybe you're not making a decision on something, or you're having issues on making a decision. And then you have the Ten of Swords. So I feel like, tens are about changes, but tens and swords, maybe you felt like someone betrayed you. Maybe you feel like your partner betrayed you in some way, or someone outside of the relationship. You're dealing with a lot of guilt. You're dealing with a lot of shame. You're dealing with things that have pierced your core and really stabbed you in the back. Maybe you felt like someone acted and it stabbed you in the back somehow, and that you're still having to relearn things. Maybe someone in your past, when have to deal with childhood wounds, this is reassessing things and looking at things for what they are instead of what they're not, doing a lot of inner work. And I just feel like maybe you're hindering yourself or blocking yourself from seeing truth as it is. So in order to heal things, we need to reveal them. So I think you need to really heal this month. You really need to see things for what they are instead of what they're not, and really be clear on your decisions. Don't make a decision if it causes a lot of pain. You may need to talk to someone that can help guide you and give you wisdom on this painful experience or maybe a painful ending. And then you have the Knight or the King of Cups in reverse. That is a Cancer card, emotions. So be careful when it comes to your emotions, because with it being in reverse, it has to do with maybe feeling unavailable, maybe emotionally under the weather, or feeling very emotional when it comes to what's going on inside. The hermit going within. So there's a lot of healing you're doing on yourself, a lot of work. And I just feel like when it comes to self-care, when it comes to loving yourself, you really need to be graceful with yourself. Try not to overdo yourself, over exaggerate on things, and really get back in alignment when it comes to, yourself, your care, your love. It could also indicate you're not being very loving to yourself, maybe, and you're self-sabotaging yourself in some way within the relationship, or this is a personal journey that you're going through. And then you have the Ace of Wands. So you need to take action on this. I feel like you're getting out of alignment with all these cards showing up. I just feel like a lot of pain, a lot of anxiety, when it comes to this relationship, when it comes to, you as an individual. You really need to work on things and move forward. Stop holding the grudges, stop holding to the belief system that, this is just how I feel and nobody's going to tell me otherwise. No, seek out advice. If you're in a painful state of mind, if you're in a painful situation or toxicity, you need to get yourself out of this situation for the betterment of your health. Take a vacation, take inventory on what can make you happy long term, and move forward. Stop living in the past. Stop living on these guilts, these hurt, this experience, and really try to move forward. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles. So that's about self-care. That's about, becoming empowered. That's really about, growth. And the other person you're dealing with, they've got a lot of growth going on. That could be them, another earth sign possibly that you're dealing with. But I'm not too big on that. I just feel like it's important to nourish yourself. It's important to take care of yourself. And really, take time out for yourself. And I feel like sometime in the month of April, you're going to do that. You're going to get out of this stuck energy, out of this painful experience that you're experiencing. It could be postpartum depression, postpartum of any kind, maybe feeling depression very strongly. And I just feel like you really need to ground yourself in the month of April. And then you have the Death card. So something is ending, something is coming to an end in the month of April. I feel like if there's something you need to let go, if there's something that you need to end it. I just feel like if it's your relationship ending, I just feel like you really need to let it happen, transform yourself. That's what the Death card is. It could be a dark period in the relationship, but I just feel like if it's an ending, it could be a beginning of something. Maybe you just need to just start from scratch, if it's the relationship, and rebuild something. I think Aquarius had that too, not the Death card, but you need to rebuild the relationship. And I feel like this is mainly you, your journey, what you're going through. And I feel like you really need to seek out help and guidance from people that really care about you. And you really need to get control of, whatever emotions you're dealing with, and really get the help you need. For some of you, you could be in a toxic situation where you need to put a halt to something. You need to put an end to something for your well-being, your mental state of being. You really need to do healing on yourself. And then you have the Three of Pentacles. So you're not working together with someone. Usually this card has to do with working together. Maybe someone, whether it's someone you love, whether it's someone in the relationship you're partner with, you're not coming together. You're not working together. So I just feel like if it has to do with your relationship, there's nothing you can do. If it's not working, you really need to get counseling. You really need to do and work the effort to make it work. But if it's not working, my suggest is talk to someone through this pain, because you're experiencing pain. I feel it. These cards don't lie. I feel like you're experiencing some type of pain, some type of loss, and you really need to get help. You really need to get back to your better self, and you really need to get help to become, the person you are meant to be. How you see this person in the relationship. You got the Strength card in reverse. It's really weird because Aquarius got this. You could be dealing with an Aquarius or Leo. It doesn't matter. I just feel like you need strength at the moment, and that could be an indication. You feel like it's a loss with this person. You feel like you have no strength. Maybe this person depleted you. Maybe this Aquarius, because they got the same card. Maybe this Aquarius depleted you. Maybe someone depleted you. Maybe something you're going through depleted you in the relationship. And how this person sees you is the Seven of Pentacles. I just feel like they possibly have been waiting on something. They possibly have been trying to work at this relationship, trying to plant something, trying to grow something. But it looks like it's a lost cause in some way. And I just feel like there's an imbalance here in the relationship. So I just feel like if there is a problem within the relationship, you really need guidance right now. And clarification to move forward for both of you is the Eight of Pentacles. So there's no creativity, there's no growth and expansion, I feel like, in this relationship. But I just feel like something is wrong here. Something needs to get in balance. And I don't know if it's you or another person. I just feel like maybe you lost something within the relationship, maybe passion, maybe the creative part. And I just feel like if there's an alignment of how to get through to this other person, you really need to work on you. You really need your time to focus, your time to shine. And I feel like that's an indication, the Nine of Pentacles, work on your independence, work on creating stability within the relationship where you have a balance, not only to give to the other person, but make sure you're giving to yourself. And I feel like maybe you've gotten to the point in your relationship where you're depleted, you're lack. There's just something. Just please get help if you need help, if you're having destructive thoughts, if you're having anxiety, if fears, or anything, always ask help if you need help. Anyways, bye-bye.